Welcome back to another Behind the Brick. This time, Dos Amigos, the second chapter of Outlaw Canyon. This is a really exciting film that we got to work on because it really covered that classic Western saloon brawl. So we got to do things like breakaway tables, using the chandelier, broken bottles, people getting thrown out windows, a lot of fun stuff that really created that feel of the Western genre. Now you might be wondering, how can you do some breakaway things? Well, it's easy. You either utilize and make things like a chair that can break away into pieces, so during your animation you can have it shatter and break apart. But say for instance a bottle, you can use small dots or small square pieces to actually accentuate and create the illusion of glass and pieces as that bottle breaks. So replacing them frame by frame and spreading them out as if that bottle is exploding is a great way to add some realism to any brawl or fight scene. One thing you might want to listen to in this film is the sound. There are some Easter eggs throughout all of our stop motion films. We like to pay homage to things that inspire us, whether that's literal people, movies, television, theater, animation, the sky's the limits. So you may hear or see something that's familiar. Likewise, we like to use some of those Easter eggs to cross our universe over to tell multiple stories within the same realm.
Carrot.
One technique you can easily use is to make a character appear either behind a window, door, or countertop is actually assembling them piece by piece. And what I mean by that is first the head, then the body, then the legs. It'll just come straight up and kind of appear almost like an elevator effect. So a really neat technique that you can use as well. Ooh. In some of our other Behind the Brick, particularly the Immortal Kombat Behind the Brick, we talk about CGI and overlaying graphics. This short film, we actually utilize some of that as well. When he throws the hat up at the balcony, it was actually easier to use a CGI toss. So you'll notice there is a physical hat, but at a certain point it disappears within the frame, and then we use a CGI or computer generated hat. Once it hits the balcony and shatters it and makes the guy fall, we go back to that physical effect. So again, using that overlay, digital, and physical effects to really create a realistic motion and help us on the animation side to make it a little easier.
Whoa!
One thing we love to utilize is suspense, because of course in old thriller movies and suspense movies like that of Alfred Hitchcock, that is a key part of storytelling. Building that suspense to build people to a climax is really important to not only keep people involved, but also tell your story in a compelling way. One thing this Brickfilm has, as well as many of our other ones, is a custom soundtrack. So our good friend and musician Cameron Griffith hooked us up with a custom score for this film specifically, and it really brings it alive and gives it that unique sound of Western appeal. Now that is very important to us, is supporting other artists, because of course if you're supporting other artists and then they're supporting your work, you're just gonna grow together. If you're making your own brick films, you're gonna find some techniques that you like to use that you might be particularly good at animating. Don't be afraid to utilize those. It's gonna create a style for your films, but also don't be afraid to evolve them and progress upon them. And all in all, that's just gonna make your films grow, stand out, and be the best that they can be. As we wrap up here, if you haven't seen Dos Amigos, go over to the TMR Studios channel and check it out. And of course, if you haven't seen the first part, Outlaw Canyon, check that out as well while you're there. And all the other films, we have plenty of brick films on the way, whether it's pirate, medieval, western, a lot of things are coming out over on TMR Studios. If you have any interest in cinematography, filmmaking, animation, editing, sound design, anything, brick films are a great way to experience any and all of those. It helps you create your own stories, and it's really fun. You get to play with Legos and make some amazing films. My name's Ryan Lehman. We'll see you on another segment of Behind the Brick. Check out more right here on TMR Studios and subscribe for more brick films and stop motion. We'll see you in pictures.